Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am sure that you can tell by my form of dress that this is two videos in one day, and I felt that we are worth an inundation and education and uplift speech and positive reinforcement to our daily lives, for we have been living in oppression way too long. When are we going to get our reward? Which is what I'm trying to say. When are we going to get our reparations? Why is it that a people who were on this planet first can be treated as last by the very people that we brought up to their position today? If this country is the greatest nation on earth and we brought you there, why is it that we have been given no credit? Why are we still ostracized, humiliated, highly incarcerated? Why is that? And I have a theory to this. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have a theory, and let me get to that theory in a moment. But first, I would like to say that for us to have to demand and want equal rights from people that have treated us poorly since we were brought here, why would that make them so angry? And I think it's guilt. It has to be guilt, ladies and gentlemen. It has to be guilt that they know the situation that we are in, and they want no part in being in a position where they have to say they're sorry. And at the same time, they don't want us to succeed anyway. So I would like to start this video by commending my people. I have to give credit where credit is due, because, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, do you realize that when we came over here in chains with nothing, a dead slave can will nothing, bequeath nothing to his offspring if he has nothing. The hoe, the rake, the shovel, and the scythe belong to Massa. So when we died, we had nothing. If we had a carved bench or a carved doll or a toy made of corn shucks, that's not what I mean when I talk about inheritance. You can gift an item like that, but that's not an inheritance that would enhance or elevate the life of the family members that come behind you. So we as a people started out with nothing. The chains that we were bound in did not belong to us. The loincloths were not what we wore in our native continent. So we started with nothing. And despite the obstacles, the lynchings, the segregation, the fire hoses, and the dogs that were leashed against us, look how far we have come. And I say today, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, that the higher we elevate, the harder will be the struggle. Because this is something that our oppressors will never accept. Sad, yes. Inevitable, definitely. Going to happen, I'm positive. But we will overcome because we have been overcoming and striving and progressing and all of this despite all odds for over 400 years against. I have conquered obstacle courses in the military that, although looking at them from a distance seemed formidable, our struggle has been nothing compared. The obstacle courses I was faced in the military were nothing compared to the struggle our mothers, fathers, grandfathers, and great-grandfathers and great-grandmothers had to endure so that we could be where we are today. Now, we have a legacy to uphold because although we are not in whips and chains being forced without pay, but we have a struggle to continue so that in our children's lives, we will be considered to be the equals that we are. It amazes me how if a black man is wrongfully accused of a crime, or even an unarmed black man is murdered by the police, in order to defend their right to take our lives, they will dig up dirt to prove we are not the angels that the news portrays us to be. What does it matter, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, what we have done in our past if we were murdered in our presence? In our present. Why is it that so much effort,
Priority 1 message coming in on secured channel,
is expended in discrediting our every action? And ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, we know what it is. That our ability to have come from nothing to something, despite all odds, is something that no one could imagine that we could ever accomplish. And look where we are. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not the end of days. It may be the end of days for the United States of America, but it will not be, but it's only the beginning for what this country, hopefully formerly known as the United States of America, can be. It is our time. I have said it before, ladies and gentlemen, it is our time. We are at a crossroads. Will we tolerate, turn the other cheek, as our ancestors have done, despite their constant struggle? Or shall we improvise, adapt, overcome, and conquer, like the men, women, kings and queens that we know we are. Ladies and gentlemen, it is up to us. What will we do? We can go one way and make our oppressors respect us, and they will. Or we could take the opposite road and turn the other cheek and put up with another 300 years of police brutality, lower pay, substandard living, and being followed in supermarkets and Targets. It is up to us. Which one shall it be? My name is Ralston.